Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Preston here, and today I'm going to be discussing the new patch that just recently came out for Battlefield 1. Now, I will not discuss everything that this patch contains, but I am going to be discussing the main key factors and what I think are the biggest parts of this new fall patch. So this is the very first big patch that Battlefield 1 has come out with since the game has been released. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was conquest changes. So if you didn't know, the map Suez recently only had 3 capture points. Now it has 5 capture points. And the reason they did this is because the map was a little hectic with just 3. It was the only map in Conquest that had 3 capture points, and they wanted to put 5 in there to space it out a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting. So that's been redone. And secondly, the buildings and village areas in Conquest, some of those have been removed so that way people can get in and capture and recapture flags a whole lot more easier, making the games go a little bit quicker, and also it's not as easy to lose. So it was kind of hard to capture points within village areas, but since they have removed buildings, it's not as hard anymore to capture those flags or recapture. And thirdly, this is a big one. They've added a new armored vehicle to Conquest that will be spawning at HQ, and it can smash through walls and buildings and stuff like that. So that way, let's say for example, you're riding in his armored vehicle and you're in a citied area where you need to capture a point, and it's kind of, there's a bunch of buildings in the way. You can smash through a few walls with that building and just capture it very easily. Now I wanted to move into a different sector. I wanted to talk about some other fixes, smaller fixes and bugs that they did bring into this patch, and these are kind of what I saw were the biggest improvements to the game and what needed to stand out more than the others. So first, it's now easier to customize your soldier. If you didn't know before, it was super hard. It wouldn't always load, and they didn't have everything unlocked for the customization, but now everything is unlocked. It's more accessible. So you just, on the UI, you can just select the icon, or you can just click on the My Soldier, and that way you can just customize your soldier any way you'd like to. Secondly, if the squad leader ignores requests, after so long the squad leader will be removed and it will appoint a new squad leader. And that's a big one as well that I think of, because there's a lot of points in time where the squad leader won't even talk or communicate or anything like that, and it just stays the same and nothing really gets done. Thirdly, this is for the Rush players. Now, I don't play Rush, so this doesn't affect me much, but I don't know how the Rush players feel about this, but weather conditions in Rush game mode are now equal in both rounds. So basically what I think it's saying is the same weather conditions are going to be in round 1 and round 2. It's not going to be 2 separate weather conditions. So it's not going to be foggy in one round and then not foggy in another. It'll be foggy in both if it starts out foggy, or clear in both if it starts out clear, if that makes sense. Next, the game mode operations now have a max count of 40 players instead of 64. So it did recently have 64, and a lot of problems were going on with that. So they did bump it down to 40 players. Fifthly, I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. Not so me as much, but I know a lot of people have, and it's where you can rent servers. So you can now actually rent servers on the game. It wasn't working, but now you can rent servers. Sixth, you can now finally exit at any point in and after the game in the queue. Thank goodness that they put that in there, because that's so annoying when you get in the queue and you have to leave, or you don't want to play in that next game, and you can't quit. But now they have made it to where you can quit, so that's a big one. 7. They have brought Squad XP in to Battlefield 1, so you can get this through battle packs. By opening battle packs, you get rewarded with Squad XP, and basically what Squad XP is, you can place to activate this XP through the squad menu, and it actually gives XP to every single squad member that's like in your group. So that's really good, and that's going to help a lot of people start leveling up a whole lot quicker and getting more XP. This one right here is a big one for snipers, especially for people like me. So soldiers that are prone are no longer pushed or moved by their players. Thank goodness. Now this one's a little weird one. So repair tools can now damage the fortress guns. So the fortress guns that come up out of the mountains have the 2 little long guns and kind of shoot, kind of look like a Star Wars turret. Tools can now damage that for whatever reason. I don't know why they added that in there, but that is one of the fixes. One other good thing that they added in, it was some FPS and graphical enhancements. So if anyone didn't know or didn't notice, that in some of the maps there was a little frame lag, like if there was too many players or something like that. Even on the consoles, it would lag a little bit, and it was quite annoying, but they say that they have now fixed that, and they have enhanced a lot of graphical problems in a lot of the maps, one being Ballroom Blitz. Last but not least, LMGs are more appealing to use. So previously LMGs weren't the favorite or the gun that a lot of people wanted, but they have now enhanced the LMGs so that people will be more attracted to them and start using those more. Now I know I have not discussed every single fix and patch that they have added in, but I'm going to post a link down in the description on where you can see all the fixes and everything that they've added in. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like button if this helped you, and also hit that subscribe button if you're a Battlefield 1 fan and want to see more content. Thank you all, and I will see you all in the next episode.